Are you ready to turn heads? Luxury isn't just worn, it's experienced. Introducing a Layla Cara style and new up-and-coming designer collection where exclusive shoes and bags for men and women meets your feet. How about you take a handbag and wear it in style, where each piece is personally designed by Layla Cara herself and handcrafted from the finest material in Italy. Leather, smooth like butter, bold, timeless, distinctly you. Step into true elegance and make your mark with a Layla Cara style where confidence meets craftsmanship. Visit a Layla Cara style and experience the luxury of art that you wear. Welcome to the new season. I know I've been away for a while, so just to catch you up on some of the things I have been doing, I have been creating a course called Breaking the Spell. Now, I know I told you guys about the new book that I had called Breaking the Spell, The Ultimate Escape Plan from Narcissistic Entanglements. Well, I wrote a sequel to that, but instead of it being just a regular book that you read, it's actually a course, a program. And that one is called Breaking the Spell, The Ultimate Escape Plan of Narcissistic Relationships. What I do in the course is that I teach you how to break out of a relationship with a narcissist safely, to do it safely. Because most of us who are in narcissistic relationships or who have been in a narcissistic relationship don't know how to break that spell, don't know how to let go. Some of us know how to get out of it, but then we end up going back to the narcissist. And then there are some of us who know how to get out of it. We don't get back with the same narcissist, but we get with another person who is a narcissist as well. And that's something that's inside of you that's making you be that way. So what I do in the course, I teach you how to break that spell, how to not go backwards, but to move forward. And not only to move forward, but to actually move on with your life. Be able to move on in a way to where you don't have to worry about someone hurting you all over again. This time you got the power. This time you have control. So with this course, you get the opportunity to build your life the way you want it without someone strong-arming you, making you do what they want you to do and be the way they want you to be. And you get to live the life that you truly are designed to live. So if you haven't heard, now you're hearing it from me, you can get a copy of this book on Amazon, but you can also get all my books. If you want the collection, you go on the website at www.imagingcoaching.com and you go where it says books and you click on that tab and it'll take you right to all my books and you can purchase all the copies that I have. So right now with the course, there are 3 major books that you will actually need. You get the PDF copy if you sign up online. To get the course, you will already have the books that you need. You will have the 365 Days of Mindfulness, your daily affirmation, because you're going to need to know how to confirm yourself, how to talk positive to yourself. You're going to have to know how to do all those things. So the way I set everything up, I designed it in a way to where you can get everything all in one place. You don't have to go searching for me. You don't have to figure out where you can get this from, where you can get that from. No, you get the opportunity to get everything all in one place. I'm telling you, you will change your life with this course. This course is a life changer to anyone who needs to get out of a narcissistic relationship safely. It's one thing to just leave the relationship, but then you still have the narcissist contacting you, calling you, or you have children that's involved. You got to figure out how to get these kids to be in a safe environment what to do, and I teach you every step of this. Now, how am I able to teach you? Because I have lived this life myself. I lived with a narcissist for 5 years. I was married to one. And when I got out of that relationship, I was able to move on with my life and live a healthy life, and then also to remarry. But not only to just remarry, but I have married my best friend, the person who knows me, who gets me, who understands me, who trusts me, and who respects me. He respects my feelings, my needs, and not only that, he makes me laugh. He keeps me laughing. I'm full of joy, happiness. I don't have to fight about nothing. I don't fight about what I wear because he don't judge what I put on. I don't fight about my hair. He lets me wear my hair any way I want. I don't fight if I decide that I don't want to wear makeup today and I decide that I want to just let my, go barefaced or whatever, just put some cocoa butter on or whatever and call it a day. He is so amazing. Matter of fact, I can be so myself to where he gave me a sign that says the fart zone. And I put that sign up by my bed because, yeah, I'm a little gassy at nighttime. Shoot, I'm sorry, especially been on the airplane. I'm also a flight attendant. So when you're in the air a lot, you bloat up. And I mean, sorry, but sometimes it happens. And he's like, get it all out. But that's the kind of fun that we have. And I enjoy my husband because I'm able to be myself. So with all that being said, we're going to get straight into the course. I am in week 8. I did not give you the entire course because I don't want you to be able to just get it all here on the podcast and then you don't go in and actually do the work. So with the book, you get an opportunity to take the book with you wherever you want, and you can go over the course and you can do the assignments because, yes, you are going to have to put in work. This is not something that you just do and read and then you like, well, I can put it down. No, this is not for entertainment purposes. This is to save your life. So we're going to get into the course. I'm in week 8, day 1. And it's 3 days a week of each lesson that I'm teaching you. And with that, you get the opportunity to go over some videos. Now, you will have to get online for the videos. The videos are also in the course itself. When you sign up for the course, you will go to imagingcoaching.com/challenges with the S at the end. And you will be able to sign up for the online course. Now, what's the difference between the book and the online course? Well, the online course, you get multiple videos of me teaching you what you're about to hear in a few minutes. And you also get videos of me going over techniques of any type of mindfulness exercises, meditation, as well as stretching. You get all these different things to relieve stress out of your body. I go over what's called mindfulness stretching. And then I also do Qigong, which is for trauma. If you have been abused physically in your body and you're aching, I help you relieve tension and stress out of your back and your shoulders, as well as your neck. And those are in video form. Those are on the course. You will have to actually take the online course to get those videos. But what else you get if you do the online course with me? You also get an opportunity to have one-on-one coaching sessions with me for 6 months. Now you say, wow, that's a long time. Yes, it is. One-on-one. You get to pick the days that is best for you and the time, and I will do Zoom one-on-one coaching with you, video call, and we will go over anything that you're struggling with. You might be struggling with the vision board, which we're about to talk about in week 8, day 1. You might be struggling with rebuilding your life or your self-esteem, or you might be struggling with just having issues with the narcissist not leaving you alone. How do you go about not being bothered by the narcissist? And we can talk, or you might even just want to vent, just want to get it all out, just want to just scream, and you get the opportunity to ask me questions about things that I had to deal with and overcome as well. So that's what's special between the online course. You don't get that with the book. The book, you're on your own. Just letting you know that. You get the book, you go on your own, and you do it the way you do it. Now, both of the book and the online course are self-paced. So you take your time and you go at your own pace. because this is not a race. This is a marathon. This is something that you're going to have to take your time with and be patient with yourself on this, okay? So, with all that being said, let's go ahead and get started. While I'm doing this course, I'm also recording this course. So you're going to see me not necessarily, well, you're going to hear me not necessarily talking directly to you as a listener, but I'm going to be talking to my actual class, the people who are actually taking the class, okay? That way you get an opportunity to know what you're getting. 1 second. Okay, so let's get started. Now you get the chance to just listen in. So just listen in, okay? Welcome to week 8. You have made it this far, and I am super excited that you made it this far. I'm telling you, you are on your way. So you have already let go of the narcissist. You have already moved out. You are at a place where you're trying to figure out what to do with your life. So this week, what we're going to talk about in this week is rebuilding self-esteem and your identity, because you got to realize that when you was in a relationship with the narcissist, you did not know what to do. You was basically doing everything the narcissist was telling you to do, or trying to conform yourself for the narcissist. You was appeasing the narcissist that you was with. Well, you don't have to worry about that anymore. This is all about you. So I had a client, she didn't know what to do with herself, and she was terrified. And she was just like, I don't know how to start over. I don't have anything. I lost everything. And like I said once before in other videos, that I decided to make this course because I kept thinking about her. Like, what happens after you leave the relationship? Because this is where people fall off at. This is how they end up back in the relationship with that narcissism. People always ask, why did you go back? What's wrong with you? I don't get it. I don't understand. Why did they go back? That's because they don't know what to do next. So to keep you from going back to the narcissist, this is where you're going to be rebuilding your self-esteem, and you're also going to create your own identity. Now, how are you going to do that? You say, well, for this week 8, the objective is reconnecting with your sense of self and rebuilding self-esteem. The topics that we're going to talk about, I'm going to discuss with you, would be reclaiming your identity, positive self-talk and affirmation, setting personal goals and aspiration. And here's your assignment for this week. So remember I told you last week about the vision board. Well, this is when you're going to actually put together your vision board. You're going to create a vision board of what you want your future to look like. All right? So how do you do that? Well, you do it by getting any type of, well, I'm going to go through it with you, but I'm going to give you a little bit of some information on how you do it. Remember those magazines that I told you that you need to have? Anything you don't want to cut out, or anything you don't use those, okay? Use old magazines that you don't even use anymore, or that someone gave to you, because I have people giving me magazines all the time, especially on the plane. The passengers, they finish with their magazine, they don't want it anymore, and they're like, here's a People magazine, you might want it. So I just take it because there might be something useful in that magazine that I can use. So
we'll be back after a quick break.
If you haven't already, check out my luxury shoe and bag collection, a Layla Cara style. Each piece is personally designed by me and handcrafted from genuine Italian leather. Whether you're dressing up or keeping it casual, these pieces were made to help you walk with confidence. Because real style starts from how you feel. Go to alelacarolstyle.com and experience these bold, timeless, and completely all you. Check it out. You might find something you like.
Just like what I did once before in 2016, I created a vision board that I wanted to be a flight attendant. Hey, I was able to do that. And I also went down the line other things that I wanted, such as finishing up my book and all that. And actually, that was me talking about finishing my second book, where I already have written 7 books now. So that's a lot in this short period of time, but it motivated me to keep moving. So that's what the vision board is for, is to keep you motivated and keep your eyes on the prize, okay? It's not about the destination. It's about the journey. The journey is what's going to help you build character, build who you are as a person, build your self-esteem, your self-worth, all that. That is what the journey does when you are planning your future and getting yourself to the place you actually want to be. So what else are we going to talk about? The other exercise I meant to say is self-esteem building exercise. What you're going to do, you're going to, for each day in this particular week, and we're going to start today, make today day 1. You're going to pick a different affirmation from Alayla Carroll's book, which is my book, 365 Days of Mindfulness, and you're going to meditate on that particular affirmation. So I'm going to give you an example. Here is my book right here. It's in my hand. You see it. So you pick whatever that resonates with you. You don't have to go in order, even though it's 365 days. Basically, you have an affirmation for every single day of the year. But let's just say that you decide that you want to do day 6 for today, which today is day 1. I'm going to read this particular one. I'm going to show you how it's done. So day 6, it says, I am grateful for the abundance that surrounds me each day. So how do you do that? First, you're going to read what I wrote about the gratefulness of the abundance. So each day I wake up with a heart filled of gratitude for the abundance that surrounds me. From the gentle warmth of the sun's rays and the marvelous sounds and songs of the bird outside my window, I am reminded of the extraordinary riches of life, the nourishing food on my table, the comfort of a loving home, and the unwavering support of my family and friends are blessings that I cherish deeply. Moreover, I am grateful for the countless opportunities that come my way, allowing me to learn, grow, and to contribute to the world. This profound sense of abundance fills me with joy and inspires me to embrace each day with optimism and gratitude. So you will read that just like I did, and then what you would do is meditate on that particular affirmation throughout the entire day. So how would you meditate on that? What you would do is you would think about your loved ones who have helped you through this journey. And you're like, my sister has been so grateful for helping me to understand that I'm not alone. And you'll be thinking about those type of things all day. And then you also think about, man, I'm still alive. I'm breathing. The sound of the birds, they sound so beautiful outside. They're singing and they just don't have a care in the world. God feeds them. He makes sure they have what they need. So I know He's going to make sure I have what I need because He brought me this far. And because He brought me this far, I don't have to worry about tomorrow. I'm going to just take each day, one day at a time. So that's how you would do that throughout the day. You could think of something that you're grateful for. And then the next day, you find another affirmation in the book and you pick from there and you do the same thing. And you do that for 7 days, okay? And this is how you start feeding yourself about your mind. You start feeding yourself great things. You take away the negative things that the narcissists have told you about yourself, and you start thinking about all the positive things that you are learning about yourself, okay? And that you're feeding into yourself. And then your other assignment is going to be personal growth, the workshop, the personal growth. What you're going to do there, how are you going to do this exercise? I want to explain to you how this works. For the personal growth workshop, what you would be doing is bettering yourself. You're going to make yourself better than what you are. How do you do that? So here is where you would put together a plan for the next step of your life. So you're going to concentrate on what is it that make you happy? What is it that you wish you could be doing at the moment? And how do you see yourself doing it? And when you do, what you're going to do, you're going to write out your goals. You're going to write them out. So get a piece of paper or a notebook or something. You're going to write down your goals. And the way you write it down is by writing, I want to be whatever you choose to be. I want to go back to school, So you're going to figure out how to go back to school. How do I do this? Do I have the money? Do I need some grants? Do I need to get financial aid? What do I need to do? Do I need to apply for scholarships? So you're going to start doing your homework and start doing your research on all the things that you can do to get your courses paid for. Then you're going to look into, well, what school do I want to go to? Do I want to go to the campus? Do I want to go online? Or do I want to do hybrid? Now, hybrid is when you do both. I did both. When I went to school, I did both. I did hybrid. At first, I did campus. And then when I realized that I was getting sick of the traffic in Houston, I was like, I'm sick of the traffic. I cannot do this anymore. And I was working my 9 to 5, getting off of work at 3 and having to be at school at 5. I was like, this is too much. So I decided to try to do hybrid. Like maybe some days I would do the campus and the other days I would just do it online. And then it got to a point where I was like, you know what? I like being at home. I don't want to do online. I don't want to go to the school anymore. So then I started doing all my stuff online, especially when I got the job as a flight attendant. I definitely had to be online. Then it was hard for me to be on campus at that point. So you want to take these steps. So what you want to do, you will write out a goal to accomplish. That's the number one thing you're going to do. Because when you can see it in your face, it becomes more real to you, okay? If it's just in your head and your mind, you tend to forget about it. It's just a thought. A thought become reality. The way it becomes reality, write it down, all right? Once you write it down, you will also break down each of your goals in small steps, and you're going to work on each step one day at a time, one step at a time. Do not try to do this, and that all in one time. Just take one thing and say, today, I'm going to research schools. That's all I'm going to do. I want to know what school I want to go to. Once you figure that out, then you're going to say, okay, tomorrow I'm going to call these schools and I'm going to talk to the advisor and see what they have to offer and if this is a good fit for me. Okay, I've done that. Now you talk to the advisor gave you all the information that you need, and now you're going to say, okay, well, the next day, let me see if I can apply for financial aid or a grant or a scholarship. There are plenty of scholarships out here. I know in America there is. Now, I don't know about over other countries or whatever, which I have, but here in America, I know for sure we have a bunch of programs that help with scholarships. I had my college paid for 100% through a scholarship, but that's a different situation. So I don't have to get into details about that, but I did. Just letting you know, they're out there, right? You can do some research on that. And then if you need help, if you say, I don't know how to do this, well, you have me. You're online, right? So you got the opportunity to book your coaching session with me and we can go over your plans and I can help you with putting together a solid plan. And I can even give you some resources who to call. Say, hey, call this person here or email this person here. And if you say, I don't know what to say, I can even help you write a letter to them. You'd be surprised what I can do. All right. And plus, I'm a writer. Of course, I can help you write it. I can help. That's too easy. Anyways, well, it's too easy for me, but I'm not going to say it for you. I'm not going to do you like that. Now, how do you book your coaching sessions with me? You will go online to www.imagingcoaching.com/plans. You will see a place where it says individual stress management plans. You will click on that, and then you will fill out the steps and go forward from there. It's easy, very simple, very self-explanatory from that part there. So that is your assignment for today, and let's go ahead and get started with today's lesson. Welcome to day 1. Today's lesson is reclaiming your identity. So let's talk about how to reclaim your identity. Remember, I said the narcissist had the nerves and the audacity to try to take your self-esteem from you. And I say try because the narcissist cannot take your self-esteem unless you give it away. Okay? And if you have given it away, well, you're about to get it back. So, reclaiming your identity after leaving a narcissistic relationship is a crucial step in your healing journey. It involves rediscovering who you are, rebuilding your self-esteem, and creating a life that reflects your true values and passions. A cohesive guide to help you reclaim your identity. Here are some steps to reclaim your identity. Number 1, self-reflection and self-discovery. You must do this. You have to know what happened to you. You got to understand what's going on with you during the time that made you get in the relationship with the narcissist and stay in that relationship as long as you did, and to put up with the crap that the narcissist bestowed upon you. So what you're going to do is journal. Daily journaling, write about your thoughts, feelings, and experiences each day, every day. You want to write this stuff down. So from this day forward, you're going to be writing all your emotions because you're going through a lot. So write all your feelings out. Write everything that is happening with you. Write it down. What this does, it helps you process emotions and gain clarity about who you are. You will be surprised what you read about yourself when you go back and reread it again another day. I have done that several times. Oh man, I remember I wrote a lot in my journal with my first marriage. And I'm telling you, I went back and read some of that stuff, and I was like, wow, I was young. That's what I was saying to myself when I was reading. And I was like, man, I have grown. Oh my goodness, I'm not that person anymore. I have really changed. And then I started thinking like, wow, I was really hurting during that time. I had a lot going on inside of me. Oh man, I was angry. What the world was happening during that time? You know, that's what I discovered about myself back when I reread some of the stuff that I wrote in my past, because I used to write in a journal about my feelings during that time, because that was my way of processing my emotions. Because if I didn't, it would have been a whole lot worse than what it was, I'm telling you. And I'm talking about my first marriage. So in the second marriage to the narcissist, I did not journal. I should have, but I didn't. I wish I would have, but I did more praying and I fast during my second marriage. And that's a little different, but we'll talk about that at another time. I just wanted to share that part with you when you go back to journaling and you go back to reading what you wrote. So what you are going to do, here's a prompt for journaling. You might not know what to do and how to get started with your writing. So use prompts such as, what are my core values? So that's the question that you're going to write for yourself. And then you're going to write down your answers. Or you're going to say, what activities make me feel most alive? You know? And then you're going to write down those activities that brings you to life, that make you smile, make you happy, make you feel joy. And what you want to do is to explore your inner self. Think deep. Get deep inside of yourself, okay? Then you have self-assessment. So let me talk about this self-assessment. I gave you some self-assessments to do. I have more, and if you want more, let me know, and I can email them to you. But you have to, in the contact area on the website, you will have to put that in there and say, you have to email me and say, hey, I would like some self-assessment. But let me just give you some that you can use. And these here are online that you can actually pull up. One of them is, okay, so self-assessment, what you do, you take a personality test like the Myers-Briggs type indicator. That's the MBTI. Or now I took that self-assessment. I did take that particular one, and it was pretty accurate. I have to let you know it really was. And then, okay, here's another one. It's called the Enneagram. I meant to say Enneagram, not Instagram. Okay, it's Enneagram. I'm gonna spell it for you. It's ENNEAGRAM. Okay, so Enneagram. And this is to gain insight into your traits and your tendencies. Now, you also want to do one on your strengths and your weaknesses. This is how you find out where you're strong at and where you're weak at. Everyone have a weakness. No one in this world is without a weakness, okay? So don't be like, oh my goodness, I'm so weak. No. Some weakness you can strengthen, and then there's some weakness you use for strength. Be surprised how strong you become by feeding off your own weakness and making it not something that makes you fall backwards, but something that can help you spring forward. So what you want to do is list your strengths and areas for improvements, like where you want to improve in your life. List that down. And you want to reflect on these. And what you want to do is reflect on how these have been affecting you in your past relationships. Like what have these weaknesses have done for you in your past relationship? And then you want to also write down your strengths, okay? And you want to reflect as well on what have that have done for you. So for example, for me, I would say, for my weaknesses, I knew that I wanted to become a mother. And because of that, it was used against me to make me feel like if I don't stay married to this man, I have a hard time to finding another person who I can probably have a child with or whatever. But I was so wrong. I was fooling myself, actually. And I was so wrong in that area, but that was a weakness because of my desire, and I didn't trust God enough at that particular time to give me a child. And on top of that, I had in my mind that I wanted to have my own baby. Like, I don't want to adopt. I want to have my own kid. And God said, no, I got something better for you that's way different from what you're expecting, because this little boy needs you. And not only that he needs you, he's still your blood. He's your nephew, but you're going to make him your son, and I'm going to make him your son. And once I came to realization to accept that, things started changing for me. And it no longer became a weakness for me. It became a strength, because I used my love that I had for my nephew, which is now my son, because I adopted him legally. I used my love for him to break off that relationship, that marriage to that narcissist, because I realized that if I stay in this marriage, this is going to be more damaging to my son, not only to just me, but my son too. And I didn't want that happening. So then from my weakness turned into a strength. And that's what I mean by, instead of it making me fall backward, it made me spring forward. Now you get the picture? Okay. So Let's continue. So, what you want to do is reflect on how these have been affected by your past relationships and how you can leverage them moving forward. I just explained that to you. Reflection exercises. Let's talk about that. So, after you have done those, now we're going to talk about reflection exercises, what you can do to reflect. You want to think about your life timeline. You know, everyone has an expiration date. We're not all going to be here forever, okay? So, what do you actually want to do with yourself that you can say at the end of your life that you did it? Like, I did that. You know, for me, let me tell you what I always envisioned for myself. I envisioned myself being a mother, number one. And then I envisioned myself at least having one college degree. And that's because I felt like at that particular time, I didn't know what I wanted to do with myself, but I told myself when I had dropped out of college the first time back in 2000, year 2000, I was in college. And I was like, you know what? I was beating myself up badly about it because I knew that I'm not a quitter. But I kept saying this is not the right time, but I'm going to finish school. I'm going to finish school. And I kept telling myself that. I said, before I die, I want to at least have had that as a accomplishment. Like, I don't want my tombstone to not have that dash in between. You know, you had a date that you was born, and then that dash, and then you had a year that you died. I want that dash to have something in it that is of value. And that's what I felt was valuable at the particular time. And of course, when you go through life and things start changing for you, your value changes, okay? But at that particular time, that's what it was for me. So what you want to do is create a timeline of your life. You're going to highlight key events, accomplishments, and moments of joy. Reflect on how these experiences have shaped you. So you're going to go back from the time that you could first remember anything in your life. And then you're going to write down that moment. And then you're going to write down any type of accomplishment, things that you have accomplished in your life that you said you wanted to do, or you didn't really say you wanted to do it, but it still was great. Let's say your parents put you into a sport and y'all won the championship or something like that. Or you was in track and field and you won first place. Okay, that's an accomplishment, you know? Write that stuff down. And then you want to also think about all the moments that filled your heart with joy, that made you smile, that made you laugh, that made you just feel good. Write that stuff down as well. These are timelines. Write the time that you can remember. If you can't remember the exact date, write the year. And if you can't remember the year and you remember that it was springtime or it was wintertime, just say in one winter, this is what happened. In one spring, this is what happened. You know, do that. So you're going to reflect on these experiences. You're going to reflect on how it shaped you, how it got you the way you are. You're talking about happy times, okay? Not those sad and times that you were feeling bad or bad things happen. Don't write that down, all right? Just the good stuff, all right? Because we're focusing on rebuilding your life, all right? So value inventory. Let's take inventory of what's valuable for you. What is value? Something that is very dear to you. So for me, what's valuable to me is me being able to have good health. I need to have good health so I can get up and be good for my family. So I can get up and I can do the things that I'm doing right now at this moment for you. See? So I take care of myself. I eat right. Sometimes I eat bad. I'm not gonna lie about that. I do eat bad sometimes. Even today, my husband went out just now to go and get me some fries with some some meat on it and some cheese and some jalapenos and some kind of sauce. And he said, "You really want that?" I'm like, "Yeah, that's what I want." He said, "You sure you're not pregnant?" "No, I'm not pregnant." He said, "You just got to eat pickles and stuff." I said, "I'm not pregnant. I just want that stuff." But I'm telling you, this is some things I do eat bad, but He was like, you sure you don't want a salad? I'm like, man, I am salad out. I done had enough salads. Give me some real grimy, greasy food. But I did work out. Well, I didn't really work out today. I did meditation and exercise, stretching and stuff like that. Tomorrow I will be working out. Tomorrow's workout day. So, anyways, what I'm trying to say is you want to find something that's of value to you. Identify and prioritize your core values. Once you know what they are, prioritize them. Put them in order from the greatest to the least, all right? Reflect on whether your actions and decisions align with these values. Yeah, a lot of people have values, but their actions and the choices they make doesn't even go together. You be trying to figure out, I don't get that. It's almost like a person who say they believe in God, they're Christian and all that, and then they live in a devilish life. You're like, wait a minute, but you say out of your mouth, this is one thing, but you're doing something else. That's what I'm talking about. So you want to reflect on it. Ask yourself, am I really living up to these standards that I have? You gotta get you some standards. Because when you have value and you have standards, you don't put up with anything in your life. You don't let nobody treat you any kind of way, okay? That stuff goes out the window very fast. When a person come up on you and they trying to change the course or the dynamics of where your life is going, the way you want it to go, the way you plan it to go, well, guess what? You don't let them. No way. So, number 2 is we're going to talk about rebuilding your self-esteem. Positive affirmation. So we went over some of that in the book. So here I'm going to talk about some of the things that you can do to create your own positive affirmation for yourself. And just little small things. So daily affirmation, repeat positive affirmation daily to boost your self-esteem. Examples include, I am worthy of love and respect. Yes, you are worthy of love. Don't let nobody tell you that nobody wants you. That's a lie. Evidently, that person who said that is the one who wants you. So that means they're lying, okay? But it doesn't mean that they have to have you, okay? That's a choice that you're making. And you can also say, I am capable and strong, because you are capable. Look, you made it this far. You at week 8 and you have left the narcissist. You done it safely and you're still thriving and surviving. So you are capable and you are strong. Personalize your affirmation. So this is where you actually make your own. So create affirmation to address specific areas that you need encouragement. Any area that you think you're weak at, say something strong and positive about that. So let's say you might say, I make bad decisions. Well, change that to say, I make good decisions. I make the best decisions for my life, and I know that these decisions are going to shape me and make me into the person that I am becoming, and I'm going to be courageous. I'm going to be in good courage, and this is who I am today, and this is who I am tomorrow, and I'm going to be this way forevermore. Okay, so you're going to say something to yourself in those lines and keep saying this to yourself every day. You can wake up and look in the mirror and say to yourself, I am brilliant, I am strong, I am smart, I am intelligent, I am beautiful, okay? All that. All right. I love who I am. I love my shape. I love my size. I love my height. Hey, those are things that your height, you can't do nothing about that. So you need to love it. Your shape, you can do something about it. If you don't like it, start working out, change the way you eat. You can change the shape. So all this is all in your control. Remember this, okay? Self-compassion. Practice self-compassion. Treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you would offer a friend. Acknowledge your effort and progress, even when it feels slow. Might not feel fast enough to you. It's okay. You're doing it. So keep on going, all right? And then forgiveness, you want to forgive yourself. Let go of guilt or regret from your past relationship. Your healing is going to begin the minute you let it go. I'll tell you that. It will. Because it took me a minute to let go of the hurt and the guilt. I used to wake up every day and I would get dressed, and while I'm putting my makeup on and doing my hair, and I used to be saying to myself, man, I hate that I got a relationship with him. I hate that I let that man do me like this. I hate that and I would start feeling down. And then I say, you know what? Forget this. I'm out of that relationship. I'm married to a good man. My husband is a great man right now. The one I'm married to right now, he is awesome. He is amazing. I am not with that crazy narcissist no more. I have to literally tell myself that. So you have to change the way you think. So forgive yourself of your regrets. Forgive yourself of any type of guilt that you're feeling about the past relationship, about that narcissist. Forgive yourself. Understand that you did the best that you could with the knowledge and the resources that you had at the time. All right? No one is perfect. So understand that you did what you could do. So celebrate your achievements. Small wins. Celebrate small victories and achievements, no matter how minor it may seem to you, or even if someone said that ain't even nothing. No, it is something. Okay? Celebrate it. What this does, it helps you build confidence and reinforce positive behavior. That's why you celebrate it. Okay? Anything. So any milestones, you want to reward yourself too. So set milestones for yourself for you to recover, any type of recovery, and you want to reward yourself when you reach those milestones. So you wake up tomorrow and then you like, today I'm going to exercise. I'm going to get it in, even if I don't feel like it. And then you wake up and you're like, oh my God, I don't feel like working out. But yet you told yourself you're going to do it. And then you actually do it. Now you've done it. Celebrate. Treat yourself with something. Don't go and treat yourself with something that's going to put all those calories back. But treat yourself with something that, like a good movie. Like I get to relax because you got to change. You already exercise. Now you can go be a couch potato. Because one good thing about exercising, you still burn calorie for the next 48 hours. Okay? Before you start losing. Well, I ain't going to say losing. But before you get to a point where you need to work out again, you're like, I'm putting those pounds back on. That's why you work out every other day. That's the reason for working out every other day, because you are recovering from your workout and you're burning calories because of the recovery. But we'll talk about that some other time as well. So definitely you want to make sure that you celebrate and reward yourself when you reach these milestones. This can be something as simple as a day off to treat yourself. I already told you that, okay? So anyways, number 3, exploring interest and passion. So what you want to do in this area here, you want to try something new. Any type of new activity, try it. You never know. You might end up finding yourself being really good at it. I mean, you just don't know. Like, for instance, Tai Chi. Okay, I like it, yeah, but Qigong, I actually like that way better. It's slow, I can feel the stretching, and I'm like, ooh, this is new for me, but I like it. So that's why I'm teaching y'all that in some of the videos. You'll see that in another week. I think that's next week or something. No, yeah, week 9, you will see the Tai Chi, not Tai Chi, but the Qigong trauma movement and everything, how I put it together for you. So basically, hobbies and interests, explore new hobbies and revisit old ones that you enjoyed before you got into that relationship with that narcissist, all right? You might have found something that you love to do. Like me, I said it once before, I'm going to say it again. Before I got into a relationship with the narcissist, I used to love dancing. That was one of the things I used to love to do. But when I got in a relationship with him, I didn't dance at all. Actually, now I reflect back on it. I danced one time, and that was because we was out at a jazz spot. It was some live music or whatever. And he got up and he was like, come on, let's dance. Didn't ask me if I wanted to dance, just told me, come on, let's dance. And so, of course, I'm around a bunch of people. I'm not going to be like, I don't feel like it. So I went on and got up and started dancing, but I wasn't doing my usual dance, and it didn't feel as great as it always have been to me because it was forced. And I was feeling uncomfortable at the same time. And then I think the shoes that I had on, I wasn't really enjoying those shoes. And it was a lot of things that went into that because he bought a lot of my clothes that I didn't like dresses and stuff like that, trying to make me fit his status quo. And I would wear them just to make him feel better and not be tripping. So yeah, I was in those type of moments during that time. So I wasn't really enjoying the dancing. But now I dance around the house, and me and my husband now we do our own little thing when we go out clubbing. And I never thought I would go back clubbing, but every now and then we'll go step out and we'll go dance and stuff, and I'll be having a great time. I videotape us dancing because I enjoy it. My husband can't dance, I ain't gonna lie. My husband, he can't dance, but he'll try to get his little groove on, and I'll be like, boy, I tell you. But I love the moments, and it's awesome, okay? So definitely revisit old habits. I mean, any type of hobbies, not habits, old hobbies and interests that you enjoyed before the relationship. Because what this could do, it can help you to rediscover yourself as well and the things that you lost. So it can be anything such as art, it can be reading, music, sports, whatever things that you love to do, revisit it, okay? And then, of course, classes and workshops. You're already taking the class right now. So you get the opportunity to continue taking classes. You want to enroll in any type of workshops that you can learn new skills and deepen your arising, all right? So explore more. If you want to do a painting class and you never knew how to paint, like I want to learn how to paint, you can do that. I mean, you'd be surprised. You want to make some candles. They got classes where you can make candles. And matter of fact, I want to do that myself because I love candles and I love the scent and everything. So you might want to find a class where you can put together some essential oils or whatever. You'd be amazed of the things that you can do that can help you to relax and find any type of relaxation and joy from that. So what this does, this help you to discover new passion and meet like-minded people like yourself. You might meet some new friends. Be surprised. So you also want to volunteer and give back. This is all, it's not all about you. Remember that. Helping other people is a blessing. It's what we're here for. This is why we're on this planet, to help others. But you help people that wants to help, not the ones who are trying to take from you, all right? There's a difference. So do not cast your pearls among swines. All right. So what you want to do is volunteer for any type of cause that matters to you, anything that matters to you. And you want to help others. And what this does, helping others provide a sense of purpose and connection in your life. It helps you in that area to figure out what is very important to you and to connect with something that is of value in this world. And mentoring, yes. Now the student is becoming the teacher. I was going to say the teacher. Yes, the student is becoming the teacher. So consider mentoring someone who is going through a similar experience as you. Share your journey and your insights by empowering them. All right. And this can be more helpful for you as well. When you share your story with other people, it opens you up to know more about yourself. Have you ever just tried to help someone in an area that you knew, but then all of a sudden while you started teaching it, you started learning more about it as you was teaching it? Yes, that's exactly what happens when you share your journey with other people and your experience with the narcissist and any type of transformation that you have overcome. All right. So share this class with them so that way they know to go and sign up as well. And they can get the help for themselves like you are getting as well. And guess what? Travel and exploration. So travel. Plan trips to places where you have always wanted to visit. Traveling can provide new perspective and help you to break free from old patterns. See, my husband and I, we had just came from our 2nd year anniversary. We went to St. Thomas, the Virgin Islands, and when we was there, I enjoyed myself. It was so peaceful. I went there for the tranquility. I wanted the peace. I love water, and he does too. And he loves to sleep by the beach. That's his thing. My thing, I like to take pictures. I took lots of pictures, but I like to just hear the ocean wave. I even go to sleep to ocean waves at night sometimes. And I just like to hear that and to be in that area where the water is turquoise blue, because that's the color of the water. Now, in Florida, the water is green, but in the Caribbean, the water is turquoise blue, and it is so gorgeous. Oh my goodness. And then when I got into the water, and it was so clear. I could see my pink toenail polish, how clear that water was. I could see all the way down to the bottom. So I wasn't worried about nothing coming up on me without me knowing it. And the warmth and the stickiness of the humidity and stuff in my skin. And you probably see my skin glowing right now, right? Yes. We was out there in the sun. Traveling is amazing. It's beautiful. It makes you feel like you have left from where you was born and raised to where you live, to moving out abroad and getting all the things that you want to experience in life. So next year, my husband and I, we're talking about going to Italy. He wants to go to Greece. So we're going to toss it up. We're going to figure it out. Because see, like I said, my flight attendant, I can go anywhere in the world. And the thing about me is that because I'm a flight attendant, and that's why I want to become a flight attendant, so I can travel and do the things that I wanted to do. So I fly for free. My husband fly for free. My son fly for free. Now my mother and my dad, they have to pay the taxes, but it's nothing. The taxes be like $36 or whatever. The point that I'm making is that I found a job that let me do what I want to do, and that was to travel. So if you feel like you need to reevaluate your lifestyle and do something different, consider a job in the traveling industry, okay? So you can get out there and travel, and you don't have to worry about doing it by spending a whole lot of money. You can do it on the company's time and their dime. Yes. But at the same time, you want to explore. So definitely, if you can't travel and get out there, then explore your local where you are. Explore new restaurants, parks that you've never been to. Explore any type of museums and anything that's going on. They got a reggae festival going on, or some type of music on Tejano, or country music. Explore something like that as well. So find something that excites you, but do something new as well. Okay. So, and what this can do, this can help you to reconnect with your surrounding and to discover new interests. That's what this does for you. Okay, number 4, building healthy relationships. Remember I told you that I was going to help you with getting a better relationship. So some of you might say, I'm done with relationships. I ain't trying to get involved with nobody else. Yes and no. Because if you're young, don't let that bad experience stop you from living a good life with a partner. See, I'm at an age where I know that I could not just say, forget it. I'm done with a relationship. I'll never get into another one, and then live the rest of my life by myself, lonely, or just alone. Some people who are alone are not always lonely. They just enjoy being with themselves. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. But for those of you who say, I really want to be a wife, I really want to have a great relationship, I am going to teach you how to do that. And how to get with the right person who love you and appreciate you and respect you. But before we talk about that, that's in another week. That is in another week. That's not in this week. But I want to talk about connections with your family and your friends first, because that's where a relationship starts at. It starts with family and friends, and then you branch out into the romantic relationships, okay? So First, you want to reconnect with your friends and family, rebuild relationship with supportive friends and family members. And I say rebuild because when you was in that relationship with that narcissist, you probably didn't get to talk to everybody that you were talking to before you got in that relationship. Reach back out to them. Yes, reach back out to them because it's time for you to rebuild. Let them know what was happening in a relationship. And if they get to saying, I told you so. Well, that might not be a friend. You might not want to continue to keep talking to them because a real friend is not going to do you like that. They're going to tell you, I'm sorry this happened to you. Are you okay? Do you need anything? What do you need me to do? And then you let them know, I just want to spend some quality time with you. I want to rekindle some things that we missed out on. And I just want some uplifting, and I want you to encourage me in a better way. Hey, it can help you. So spending quality time with your loved ones, it will help you to lift your spirit, and it will also encourage you to do better. All right. You want to have open communication, so practice open communication, open and honest communication in your relationships. You're going to have to face the hard conversation. Sorry. You're going to have to face them. You cannot hide behind a wall forever. That's how you got in that relationship in the first place because you kept too many secrets. So you want to be open and honest with your loved ones, your friends and your family, because what this does, it helps you to express your needs, and it helps you to actively listen to them when they're talking to you. All right. So you want to listen to one another. Form new connections. So let's talk about forming new connections. Okay. So when you are forming new connections, you want to join a social club. You don't have to, but this is a part of forming new connection. You can join a social club. You can continue with the group forum that you have on the website. And for those of you listening on the podcast, yes, the group forum is free. You don't have to pay for that. You can go on the website right now, and that's www.imagingcoaching.com/forms. And you can go in and join the social group there as well if you feel the need to want to join a group. And also any type of social events that interest you. So meeting new people can help expand your support network and introduce you to new perspectives. You find out a lot more about yourself when you find other things that you have never known about, and you find out that they are really of interest to you. And then healthy boundaries. We talked about boundary setting in the past weeks. So definitely continue with your boundaries. You have to have them. If you don't have boundaries set in place, people cross you and they walk all over you, okay? And you don't want to go backwards. So continue to move forward. You want to establish and maintain healthy boundaries in all your relationships. I mean, every one of them. Like me, I have boundaries with my mother. There's some things that I just don't let her do anymore. She used to, but not anymore. You can't treat me like no anything. You surely can't just take me for all my money like you think I'm a bank or something. Like, those are things I have to let and put in place. Like, look, you need help? Let me know. I'll help you, but I'm not going to go out of my way to give you something that I clearly know that you can do for yourself. Come on now. So you definitely want to make sure you establish these boundaries up front with your friends, your family, and anybody you meet from this point on. They need to know it. They need to know that some things you can't do. Like, for instance, with me, my friends, they know that I don't like to be called the B word, the female dog. Don't call me that, because those are fighting words for me. Some women don't have a problem with that. They're like, oh, B, oh, all this stuff. That's you. I don't do it. I don't call people out their name, so therefore I don't want to be called out of mine. That's a sign of respect. That's a boundary you cannot cross with me. So just letting you know, Set those boundaries up front. So if someone say anything or do anything for the first time that is crossing your boundaries, address it immediately. Don't let it linger, because they won't know and they're going to think that it's okay and they'll do it again. And then they're going to say, well, I didn't know. You should have told me. They're right. They did not know. And you should have told them the very first time it happened. Or if you feel the need that you see this is how they are with other people, you can even address it to them. Hey, I see the way you communicate with so-and-so, but I'm going to let you know I'm not cool with that. So address her in that manner. You can call her the female dog. If she likes it, that's her. But I don't like it. So we're going to be cool. But let you know, don't do me like that. Those are fighting words for me. So you call me to be, I'm going to be ready to fight you. Just letting you know. And they be like, oh, okay, cool. I get it. And if they don't, then they might not be the person you want to connect with. If they seem like they got an attitude about you telling them that, they might not be the person you want to connect with. Just letting you know. That's how you can separate yourself from people. If people cannot respect your boundaries, you don't need them in your life. Just letting you know. Might want to consider that. So ensure that your needs and your values are respected. Bottom line. That's all you got to make sure. So professional support, you want to continue working with a therapist to process your experiences and gain insight into your identity and any type of relationships that you have some concerns with. Definitely talk that over with your therapist or even life coach, all right? But a therapist will actually do a whole lot better in that area for you. So support group, we did talk about that. You continue to stay in the forum, continue to even join other narcissistic forums, groups and everything, and share your journey with others who understand what you have been through, and you can create a connection with them to where maybe you can help them. You'll be surprised what you have overcome and they're going through, and you can say, hey, I've been through this before. Let me tell you what I did. And they can find some help as well. Yeah. And then number 5, creating a vision for your future. Let's talk about that. Setting goals. Short-term goals, you're going to set achievable short-term goals that align with your values and interests. This helps build momentum and a sense of accomplishments, because when you are setting these short-term goals, you're showing yourself that you can do this. You're showing yourself that you can actually complete something. You got some people who always start things and never finish. And it's like, dang, they started another project and they ain't going to even finish that one either. Well, sometimes it's because they don't know how to begin and they don't know what to do and how to break it down into small little tasks. This is what I even tell my husband now. When he gets to doing certain things, I tell him, hey, babe, I see what you're doing. I see where you're going with this. But in order for you to accomplish that, you have to start small and take your time. Do this first. Once this is done, then do that. Then that's done. Then do this. Then that's done. Then do that. And then that's done. Then guess what? You already did everything and you at the finish line. And because my husband get overwhelmed sometimes. And when he get overwhelmed, he gets stressed and he gets frustrated. And he's like, goes into this little shell when I'm like, what's wrong, babe? And he's like, oh man, I need to meditate. I just got a lot going on. And I'm like, talk to me. And then he talks to me and he told me, and he's like, so well, this is what's going on. And then I say, oh, okay, you know what? And then I have more insight on how he can break that stuff down into smaller tasks. And then I even go and take some of the load off of him, like delegate some of this stuff to me. I can do some of this for you. And then we are on the same page and we are helping each other. And that's what a wife is supposed to be anyway, is her husband helper. So I make sure I am doing that part. Okay? I'm helping him. So as for you, you just take your time, break things down into small tasks, Do one thing at a time, one step at a time, and create small little increments of things to do, leading to the bigger things as time continue to go on. So this is where you would also do long-term goals. Your vision for long-term goals, you're going to create a long-term goal for your life. Where's the end game? Where are you trying to get to? What is it that you want to actually be at in the next 5 to 10 years from now? Or 20 years, or even 30 years? Where do you want to be? What do you see yourself doing? How do you see yourself living? Where do you see yourself living at? All those things, okay? Do you have kids? Or your kids are grown? Do they have grandkids? Will you have grandkids? Those type of things. You want to make sure that you can see yourself and imagine where you want to be in the next 5 to 10 years and what steps you need to take to get there. Everything is a journey. Take your time. Enjoy the journey, because the destination, once you're there, you're there. What else you got to do with yourself once you make it to the destination? Enjoy the journey. For an example, whenever you take a road trip, this is why I love road trips. I have so much fun on the way, way more than I have actually been in the spot that we chose to be to. That's the road trip I'm talking about. The actual flying, that's a different story. But the road trip, we get to stop off and gas up the vehicle, find some snacks, because I love them snacks. We get to eat some good food along the way. We get to take pictures and videos and stuff like that. We get to enjoy the scenery, all that. And that is so much fun to me. Then we get to the destination, and then we do whatever we're going to do there. And then, of course, on the way back, you're like, oh, I'm tired. I'm ready to get home now. I just want to get to the house. So enjoy the journey, okay? The journey is where the fun is at. Enjoy getting there. Just like when I went to school, I enjoyed being able to schedule myself on when I was going to do my assignments, so I didn't stress out on when my assignments need to be done, because I had everything on the calendar. I looked at that calendar and I said, okay, today I can do the assignment at this time to this time. And then I enjoyed going to the school. When I did go up to the school, I would go there, talk to my counselors, and they'd tell me what progress I'm at. Okay, well, you got this amount of classes and you can graduate. And I'm like excited, like, oh, I'm getting closer, you know? And then on top of that, with the scholarship that I was having, I was able to get paid to go to school. Yes, they paid me to go to school. And I enjoyed them checks every 2 weeks. Yeah, them checks was good. But at the same time, I enjoyed the process. And then on top of that, I was learning all the information on human resource and business, because I went to school for human resource as well as entrepreneurship, business management. And I was learning all these things, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is pretty cool. And then on top of that, when I was at the school, I got to meet some new friends, some new people and everything. And then I would go to the store and to the bookstore and buy whatever I wanted to buy, memorabilia and stuff like that. So enjoy the process, okay? Definitely enjoy the process. So let's talk about vision board. This is one of your assignments. So I'm going to talk about how you can put it together. So you're going to create a vision board using images, quotes, and or symbols to create a vision representing your goals and dreams. Place it somewhere you can see it daily for inspiration. So I place mine right next to my bed. It was on my wall, so I slept on the right side of the bed, so it was right on the right side of the wall. So when I wake up, that's the first thing that I open my eyes to. If I was turned on my side, if I was turned on my right side, then I can actually see that wall. And I saw the vision board, and I'm like, oh, today, before I got up out the bed, I would read it. Today I need to do this to get to that. What I'm going to focus on today. And that's how I got myself in a groove of working towards my vision. And of course, things are going to go off whack. Everything ain't going to be exactly the way you plan it. It's okay. That's why I say enjoy the journey, because you're not going to do straight to get to where you at. When we was taking a road trip, when me and my cousin, we took a road trip from Houston to Los Angeles and Long Beach, California. Yes, there was a drive, but it was fun. Yes, we didn't go straight through and go straight there. We stopped off at some places. Yes, we did. But that's what I'm trying to talk about here with the vision board. You're going to have some twists and turns and some corners and some pauses here and there, okay? You're going to have those moments. So it's okay. And actually, that's good because you learn some things along the way. You learn something about yourself. You start learning. I'm more resilient than I thought I was because you have to bounce back from setbacks, okay? So you want to regularly update your vision board as your goals and dreams evolve. So you got this accomplished. Okay, what's next? Okay, redo another vision board and add to it. Or just check it off until you finish everything on that board and then make another board for yourself. So for instance, I made a vision board for 2016 and then one for 2017. I didn't do one for 2019, 2020. I wish I would have, but I didn't. And I didn't. By the time, okay, so yeah, by the time I made one for 2016 and 2017, I got married in 2017 to the narcissist. So now you can see why I didn't make one during that time. I wish I would have. I would have been planning to leave him a lot sooner. But when I got out of that marriage to my narcissist and I got married to the man that I'm married to today, I made a new vision board and it's on my wall right now. And I have already accomplished at least 3 things on that board already. And one of them was to speak to people, which I got a chance to do that at Rice University. And also, I did it for about 3 months, matter of fact. And I'm telling you, these things do happen. So when you write the vision down, you get a chance to live your vision. So definitely update any type of visions that you feel that might not be what you want anymore, or you have accomplished it and you want to add to it. It's okay to adjust, okay? And what that does, this helps you to keep your vision aligned with your growth. So here's action plans. Let's talk about some action plans. Develop an action plan. You're going to break down your long-term vision into actionable steps. What kind of steps you're going to take towards getting to that moment. Create a timeline and set deadlines to keep yourself accountable. Be realistic, okay? And give yourself room and grace. You're going to have setbacks. So give yourself some room. There might be some things that you don't even accomplish within that time period. It's okay. Carry it on to the next time period, all right? Just keep it there and keep moving towards it. And then you have review and adjust. We done already talked about that. Go back over it, review everything, adjust, and then celebrate your accomplishments. Make sure you celebrate everything that you have accomplished on that vision board because it's going to give you something to look forward to and help you keep thriving and driving, okay? So your setbacks could be anything. Remember we had COVID. COVID changed a lot of things. It changed the world. So expect things to happen. You got flooding, like Houston been flooding, been having these hurricanes and everything. Hurricane Bear came through here. And I'm telling you, you have to just realize that things will happen. So give yourself room to have grace with yourself, all right? So, reclaiming your identity after leaving a narcissistic relationship is a transformative journey. By engaging in self-reflection, rebuilding your self-esteem, exploring new interests, and forming healthy relationships, you can rediscover who you are and create a life that reflects your true self. Remember to be patient and compassionate with yourself as you navigate this process. Each step you take towards reclaiming your identity is a powerful testament to your strength and your resilience. So this does end day 1. Tomorrow is day 2, and we're going to talk about positive self talk and affirmation. So, we're going to get deeper into that, okay? Are you feeling overwhelmed and exhausted by stress? Introducing stress management with imaging coaching, your ticket to a calmer, more balanced life. In this journey you will be taking with us here at Imaging Coaching, we'll equip you with powerful techniques and tools you can use to conquer stress, control, and transform your life. From deep breathing exercises to mindfulness practices, you'll discover the tools to relax your mind and body. Come join us on this transformative path and unlock a world of inner peace and resilience. Don't let stress hold you back any longer. Take charge of your well-being today with Imaging Coaching, your stress management team. Discover clarity. Defeat stress through Imaging Coaching at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com, at imagingcoaching.com.